A video I've always wanted to make on GMBNTech is fixing up someone's bike by surprise, like someone that really needs it. Now, the problem is trying to find that person is really difficult, so I've never got round to doing it. But I had a phone call the other day from my friend Sandy at the Trailhead Bicycle Company in Shrewsbury, and he told me about a customer called Hugh that really needed some help with stuff. And I just thought, this is the perfect opportunity. Okay, so the aim of this video, or the aim of this project, is to fix up someone's bike completely by surprise, so they're going to know nothing about it until they come to collect it. Now, this is a bit of a logistical nightmare to try and figure it out. So to do this, we've got Sandy, who's the owner of the Trailhead. He has rang me up and told me about a chap called Hugh. Now, who is Hugh? Hugh is that pay-as-you-go customer who's so busy out shredding all the time, doesn't realise his bike is in absolute tatters. Now, he's got a giant Rain from 2017 with 27.5-inch wheels, and it sounds like this thing's been dragged up and down the Mega several times from the sounds of it. Everything is worn, knackered, got play in it, etc, etc. So, to do this project, I've teamed up with Shimano, so we've got a massive box of Shimano stuff, which we're going to go and get. But there are a few other weird anomalies because it's a slightly older bike. I mean, I say a bit older just from regular standards. It's got smaller wheels, but it also doesn't have boost. So it's got a 142 back end, so got to figure out the wheel situation with microspline on the back there. And also there's going to be some other odd standards that we're going to have to deal with on the fly. This bike is a Giant, of course, and some Giants in that era had the overdrive headset, so if it does, we'll have to cross that one when we get there. Now, to do this, Sandy has volunteered the help of his main mechanic, Sam. Bearing in mind, we're not making this in the GMBN studio, which is a workshop. We're doing this in a real bike shop workshop, which means the bike shop's going to be working at the same time as us being in there. So there's a lot of different things at play here that could go well and could also go wrong. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I just really hope that Hugh has no idea and he is properly surprised with the end result. Let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so this is the bike in question. 27.5-inch wheels. It's a Giant Rain, so sort of 6-inch travel, free ride all mountain, enduro style bike. As you can see, this thing has been used, which I love to see. I love to see bikes that have got a bit of story, a bit of character. Cranks on both sides, all the paint's worn off. Massive chips in the paint on the left-hand side of the top tube. Classic wear that you see just from rocks and crashes and dings. Interesting wear seen on that shifter there and on the brake lever, and a complete mismatch of parts. So it's obviously used, smashed, abused, and just ridden into the ground. Now, this is the perfect candidate because, let's face it, there's a lot of worn out stuff on here. And from what we know about the rider, his name is Hugh, he's running several bikes and he's just riding all the time. That's his main focus, and it's keeping things going, not necessarily spending the time to get the bikes fully fixed up. So we're going to hopefully give him a great surprise today by giving a full XT transmission on here, new brakes, we've got some wheels, we've got tyres, and a few other bits and pieces. My only concern though, with a bike of this age that's ridden this hard is you might uncover some other problems as we start taking it apart, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Okay, we've got a bike, we've got a workshop courtesy of the Trailhead Bicycle Company in Shrewsbury, and we've got loads of boxes of gear to get onto this bike. And more importantly, I've got Sam the mechanic, who Sandy has kindly volunteered to lead this project with me. And I think what Sandy means is I'm not quick enough anymore now, I'll present that. So I'm going to lead by your example here. I'm in your working space, so how are we going to start?
So we'll just get the bike in the stand, give it a look over, start stripping all the old bits off, see what we discover, if anything. Yeah, go from there really.
So this is Hugh's bike. Hugh's been a customer of ours for maybe 5-6 years now. He's a great guy. He runs 3 bikes all the time. He's got a jump bike, BMX, and his enduro bike. He's always in getting something fixed, but he only fixes it when it's absolutely necessary. So it's really nice to be able to, you know, give this bike a bit of a makeover, basically.
I do actually love working on other people's bikes. Most of the time, for the videos that we make on GMBN, I'm fixing something that actually doesn't need to be fixed. You have to like unfix it and then fix it for the purpose of the video to show people what to do. So to actually work on something, I mean, look at this. Look at the corrosion in here. This thing has never been off, I don't reckon. That top cap, it's just nice to see a legit, genuine bike that has been ridden. I'm guessing this headset might be a bit bad under here. The top of this is flared out. It's like it's been cut with a pipe cutter. They're fine to use, but if you use a blunt disc or you over tighten them, it can literally flare the top. So that's why it's really important afterwards to do exactly what Sam's doing. Shouldn't be using a screwdriver to be fair on this, but just want to tap. As you see, that lower race is absolutely disgusting. So that's one of the first things we're going to change. That's nothing to do with what we're here to do. Well, the headset is part of the bike. It's a bit of an unsung hero. It's kind of there, always doing its job, but not many people actually look after them. Just like this one, as you can see, it's had water and all sorts of stuff in there.
So we've realised that there's obviously some play in the frame bearings, and as you saw, the headset bearings completely cooked. So we'll have a look and see if we can do those as well. Obviously, we wouldn't let the bike out like that with those frame bearings as they are. And also, while the fork's off, we'll probably do a quick lower service as well, some fresh oil. Yeah, see what we've got.
We're not doing the damper service, nothing. We're just doing a lower service. Just want to make sure that nothing out of the ordinary is going on. To be fair, the fork's in pretty good condition.
100%.
Seals are a bit dried up and that, so just put some freshies in. Bit of fresh lube, it should be good to go.
So we fitted the new frame bearings. They did take some forceful persuasion, but they're all sorted now. So we're going to move on to fitting the new bottom bracket and crankset, I believe. Yeah.
We're swapping out the wheels on his bike. Something to observe about that is the fact that they're 142 spacing on the rear end rather than 148, which we're used to. Kind of difficult to find a set of wheels that's compatible with microspline, which you need to run Shimano 12 speed. So found these wheels, which are Sunring Lee. Swapping out the body now, so we can run the microspline option on there. Okay, quick update. Got the wheels together, got the airliners in, got the tyres on, valves, sealant, all that stuff. Kind of softly inflated them for now, figure that out later on. Just put the cassette on, so you're gonna get disc rotors on. Sam's working on the rear mech and the shifter with the inner cable going through there at the moment. Cranks, bottom bracket already in place, fork back on. Coming on, all right, and while the shop's busy as well. So for the spec on this bike, we went for gone for XT really. You could argue that SLX is, works just as well. I just wanted something that was had a bit more oomph to it. It is that workhorse. Thought XTR was a bit unnecessary. You can worry about it if you smash it, and having seen what the bike was like to start with, figured it was just the best fit, and the same for the brakes.
So this is the distance between the grip and the lever, just so that the levers are in exactly the same position, and also the level which I'll set up when it's on the floor. But yeah, I'm quite particular about those things. As I suspected, two people working on the bike doesn't work too well. But lucky Sam's a rocket, so he's just been absolutely smashing it, to be fair. I've pretty much done the fork, the shocks, the wheels, and he's done all of the rest. But look at him go. Tweaking the gears at the moment on there. A few little problems to overcome. Back end seen better days, to be fair, on the bike. It's definitely been worn in, should we say. But it's starting to look like a completely different bike. Trying to remove the seat post, although it appears to be very seasoned frame, so I mean, requires some more force.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, well done, team.
In case you hadn't worked out, that old post is, it doesn't work too well, so we've had to blag a seat post as well. So P&W drop post going in as well. Thank you so much for this. Obviously, we've had to spend a bit more money than we thought on this. We had to put bearings in there as well. Pedals, because the pedals were done. Seat posts as well. So it's turned from a transmission and a set of brakes to virtually an entirely new bike, minus the shock and frame. It's done all right, I think. I'm actually nervous about this. Right, so Hugh is due 45 minutes or so. So the bike is ready. Yesterday, between myself and Sam admittedly just charged on and did so much stuff on the bike. Felt a bit of a fifth wheel, but still managed to do some cool stuff, get the wheels done, get the forks and the shock done and stuff. So the bike has had way more done than initially expected. The seat post was jammed in the frame. We've ended up placing the bars and stem as well. Sandy donated some grips. Like it's actually pretty much a new bike except for the frame and the shock. Now, he's due in, like I said, in 45 minutes, so we're kind of ready. We've got GoPros everywhere. We've got Jack cameraman here. We've got my camera up there as well. So we've got everything covered. We've got code words between the staff so we know everyone needs to hide. I'm going to be in the toilet with his bike, and the plan is, hopefully, that he's going to come in. Sandy's going to present him with a spare tyre, because the whole reason for getting him in here was to give him some free tyres for his bike. And then obviously we can do some other stuff that he doesn't know about. Sandy's going to have a chat about the tyre and then open that box, the tyre box down there, and it's full of his worn out stuff. And we want his face to kind of drop a bit and be a bit like, oh man, this is going to be expensive and I haven't got the money sort of thing. And then I appear with the bike. That's the plan anyway. Really agitated by this. He's due like within 10 minutes or so. Apparently he could be early. A few customers come in, his customer just browsing behind me. Every time the doorbell goes, I'm like looking to see if it's him, so I'm just going by a little picture of what he looks like on Facebook that Sandy's showing me. Okay, GoPros are all rolling. I don't want to say I'm nervous. Matt's outside sweeping.
Right then.
The code is basically tapping the broom on the window, and then we've got to make sure that camera goes on. I've got to go and hide in the toilet, and then Sandy's going to be here.
You haven't got long, mate. He's about to come in. Well done, mate. Hugh, so we've got two 2.4s on the bike.
Cool.
But Vittoria have given us this 2.6, which is yours to keep.
Oh, wow.
So you can switch that out.
Yes.
But, dude, there is... You know I said I was going to give the bike a bit of a once-over?
Yeah, it's fine if it's not.
We ran into some issues.
Oh, hello. What's...
We had to replace quite a few bits.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's most of the bike, no? Flipping out.
But lucky for you, I called a really good friend.
Oh my gosh, what the hell? That's like new everything.
How you doing?
I'm a bit stunned, to be honest with you. That is... No, what's going on, Sandy?
So Sandy rang me up and he told me the story, and I was like, this is too good. So I rang my friends at Shimano. So we've got your new Shimano transmission, new brakes. Then we found out your bike had a 142 back end, so we had to get new wheels for it. Then of course the tyres, and then your post was seized in the frame. So Sandy donated a new seat post. Got a new saddle on there. You got new bars and stem.
I'm absolutely lost for words. I almost want to swear, but it's a camera.
You can swear.
I don't want to swear, I don't want to swear. This is unbelievable.
So Sam and Doddy did the whole build yesterday,
Guys are-
even frame bearings.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
Sam
gosh.
took all the bearings out, brand new ones in, again, new bottom bracket in there as well. Forks and shock have had a bit of love as well.
I'm honestly so grateful. That
Happy
is
to help.
unbelievable.
Hey, put it
Glad,
there,
this
buddy.
is exactly what we wanted.
Unbelievable. Thank you so
You're
much.
very, very,
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Thank you,
And
Sam.
we couldn't have done this without
Appreciate
Sam.
your hard
Sam
work,
was
yeah.
so fast.
What a mechanic.
Yeah,
What a
it's
mechanic.
unreal.
It was,
Wizard on the tools.
and if you saw it, it was like F1 all day. There was literally parts flying around the
You'll see it in
workshop.
the video, yeah.
Oh my days.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, thank you so much. My mind has been blown.
Good.
Honestly blown.
Happy days.
Mission accomplished, buddy.
Unbelievable.
Done.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
stoked.
So that's a lot more gears than I'm used to. That's going to make climbing... I literally, on the trails, I was up at the Wrekin about last weekend. The guy looked at my drive and said, "You've got 11 gears on there. You need some more. You need some more on the back there." Strong legs, mate. Strong legs. But that is unbelievable.
Well, that went actually perfectly. So he's absolutely stoked. They're in the background just running through all the stuff we've done on the bike. I can't believe how weird and emotional this whole thing's been. So for a long time, I said this at the beginning of the video, I've wanted to do this and trying to find the right person, the right circumstances to just basically gift someone a load of stuff. It honestly couldn't have been better. So got to say a huge thank you firstly to Shimano, because I just basically got the blower and I was like, I need stuff. So thank you for supporting us for this video. An enormous thank you to the Trailhead Bicycle Company, Sandy and Sam in particular, for donating their time, their love, their dedication and their workshop and letting us do this. And of course Sun Ringley as well for at the very last minute jumping in with a set of wheels, because it turned out trying to find a set of wheels for Microspline 142 was quite difficult. So massive thank you to you guys. If you like this video, please do get involved in the comments underneath. For me, this has been one of my favourite opportunities working on GMBN. So give us some love. See you again soon. Ta-ra.